I never thought I'd be riding a zipline in Farm Sim. Well, here goes. Hello everyone, it's the FARMSIMGUY here, hope you're all doing well. Hopefully I didn't give too much away in that little montage at the start yet, but be prepared to experience something pretty special over the next few minutes. This is like nothing else I've seen in FARMSIM before. It's almost like an adventure game. This is Azura. This is from BZH Modding and TMP. It is based on the very popular Holmacra forestry map, which is originally from Pixel Farm and Oscar 8599. But the changes that BZH has done to this are phenomenal. I mean, just look, even here now, the detail, the quality of what's going on. I don't even want to show you what's going on over here yet, but this is, it's insane. It's absolutely crazy. So we're going to have a little bit of a look around this. I'm not going to show you everything, one, because I haven't actually worked out everything yet myself, but I might just leave a few things for you to go and discover. So this is where you start when you spawn a new map, when you create a new game. You've got this little hut up here with this inflatable, which is a long way from any water that you would want to use it in. There's a little bit of a pond down there, or a lake down there, but let's have a quick look in here. Like I said, we'll try and do a tour around. I'm not even going to jump into the PDA yet, but lots of detail. I mean, just the atmosphere in this is phenomenal. It's just created such an environment that is fun in here that I'm kind of speechless right now. Okay, lots of stuff you can pick up here as well. So I mean, everything on the shelf. Let me just turn this on so I know what I'm looking for. There you go. Hammers, oil, cans, just, I mean, literally everything you can pick up, which is great. I love that. We'll go out of here. We're going to just walk over to this bench, and if I press E, we're sitting down, and I can just jump out, and there we go. We're just enjoying the view over the side here. Clever that, I like that. Just basically treated it like a vehicle. Go over onto the balcony here. We've got a nice little balcony out here. Look at that. Lots to see there. I'm going to come back here in a minute actually. But first and foremost, we're going to go up the hill here, because there's all of this stuff up here as well. Look. Little cable bridge here onto a platform here. You can go off over there. This goes on for miles, this kind of rooftop or treetop exploration network. It's amazing. Now we're going across this bridge here, and this is where things get really exciting, because there's some stuff in here I have never seen done in FarmSim before, which blew my mind when I first saw it. So, on this map, there are 2 locations where you can construct your own houses, and we'll have a look at that in a bit more detail later on. But as you can see there's an icon there for wood, and you can see where this starts to grow from. I've had a little bit of a play around with it. It's pretty special. Now the problem, you can just see it in the trees over there with that location, is it is on an island and it's surrounded entirely by water. So there's no way you're getting vehicles on there at the moment. But spin round here, there's something else going on as well. I came across this piece of land, and I came across this, which looked very interesting. And we'll come back to that in a little while as well. But this is all diggable ground. Now, this you don't need Terrafarm for this map. BZH has suggested, well, recommended, that you have the Platinum expansion installed. But we've actually got some public works here. We can actually lay concrete pipes, and I'll show you where those are later on. 2, and I'm expecting, I haven't done this yet, so lots of things to still find out about this, but lay pipe all the way to here and potentially drain that area that will allow us to get vehicles onto that little island. How has he done this? I am blown away. So the other challenge we've got, I've done with my exploring, it's very difficult to get here with vehicles. Some of the roads are quite good, like here, but others, there is no clear route to get here. I think you actually have to clear some forest and make some paths and create some paths, and that's what this feels like. This feels like a little bit of a task-based map, almost like a quest-based map. You've got to do certain things to get to be able to do other things, which I, for one, you know, we've not seen something like that in FarmSim before, or certainly I haven't. So I'm super excited about that. Anyway, I am babbling on here. Let's jump into the PDA and have a look at it. So if you've ever played Holmacra, you will recognise this layout. It is a forestry map first and foremost, but there are lots and lots of points on here. There we go, worksite, pipe laying site, worksite 3 access cabin, worksite 5. Up here is the highest point of the tree climbing, constructible cabin site. There is another location, I think, here. Yes, there's a second constructible cabin site. So many things to do. We've got a quarry down here, which we'll go and have a look at with a silo in it. Over here, we've got campfires. You can sit on the seat. So there's lots and lots of clever little details, and that's before we even find the hidden gems and secrets that are dotted around the map, which he hasn't even told us about in the description. So so much stuff to look at. I don't think we're going to get through it all, and I certainly haven't found all of it yet either. So we're going to have to just work out what we can find. Now, it does come in 2 variations, which is quite clever actually. When you load the map up, you get either the Debutant and the Pro version. Debutant is the one we're playing on now because it has all of these icons on it to show you what's what, where you can find things. If you go for the Pro version, you have none of that, and you've just got to discover stuff for yourself. But it feels incredibly, incredibly wild out here. Like you're in the middle of absolutely nowhere, miles from anything and anybody, which is a really nice touch. And some of the detail, look, we've got the mist in the trees and things like that. Now, coming down here, actually, this is another area that needs clearing. So this is one of the big access roads, but you can't get to it. And actually, if I jump into Easy Dev and clear some of this tip area, obviously you would do this with a wheel loader or something similar, an excavator, but we don't have any of that at the moment, so we'll just clear a bit so you can see what's what. Look how deep this mud is. So there's a road under here that we can get to, but you are required to clear all of this mud first. So lots and lots of tasks, like I said, to do. Anyway, we're getting ahead of ourselves here. I just wanted to show you a few of those things, but let's go back to our start point, because there's some other cool stuff too. Right, here we are back at our hut. Now, when I went out on the balcony here before, I deliberately looked out this way and didn't look over to my right, and here's the reason why. Close that door there. There's a harness here that will lower you down, so let's jump into it. It's the same as getting into a vehicle, pressing the E button. And if I hit the C button here, look, I'm getting dropped down. This isn't Farm Sim. There we go. We've got to the bottom. Now, you can't go back up, I don't believe, from what I've been able to see. So you have to kind of get out here. And it gets hauled back up there. So it only works one way. But there you can see some of the rest of the treetop run as well. We'll go up there in a little while because there's something else very cool up there. But then we can go down here. Look at this detail, these wooden paths over the water. It's insane. And look at the detail and the dressing of these areas is just breathtaking. It feels incredibly, incredibly detailed. Just the effort that's gone into this landscaping and this terrain and things like that, it's unbelievable. And like I said, it just feels like you're in the middle of absolutely nowhere. So, again, up there we've got a dam, we've got a bridge. Let's go and see what else we can find. So we walked on a little bit further here, because this is your sleep trigger. Now if you've loaded up the game and then saved it, this is where you will spawn the next time you arrive in the game again. Just a basic little cabin, really. Go in here, again, lots of things going on inside. There you go, food. It's like a strange kind of, they're like Lego bricks, aren't they? There's your bed with your bag underneath it, so I'm guessing you can move that. But there you go, there's your sleep trigger. And again, just lots and lots of detail. Move that plant, I don't like it there, I like it on that side. Oh dear, it fell over. Yeah, look at the attention to detail here, it is nuts. It's so cool. So, let me just show you where we are on the map. We are up in this area here. Over here, this is your motocross terrain. There is a motocross track here, and there is another one down here. So again, you can get the bikes out, and you can have a rip around on those. What's down here? Worksite 4. Now, there's a lot of work sites on these, and I haven't quite worked out what they are yet, other than digging areas. We'll jump over to that one we just were at then. So here we are. This is Worksite 4. It doesn't really tell you what it is, although I think this is diggable dirt. So I think a lot of these areas might just be, the task might be to clear these and get these emptied out and prepped for maybe turning into fields, because, you know, on face value this is a forestry map, but there are enough flat areas on it that you could start doing some farming if you wanted to. There's some decent flat areas right across the map, actually. I mean, obviously some of them are underwater as well, like here, but there's plenty of scope to start farming, certainly on a small scale. I don't think you'd ever get massive fields on a map like this, but certainly you could get a little bit more of a balance. You could clear some trees and get more of a balance. But look at this. There's definitely some whole macro vibes here, but the additional detail he's added is insane. I mean, you're going to need a lot of trees, by the way, when I show you this construction of this cabin. But to start with, just enjoy the scenery. So I think now might be just a good time to click through some of these icons so we find out what each of them are. So worksite 1, again, we're at a worksite here, so I think it gives you an idea for what that is. Again, I think it's just dirt clearing. Worksite 2, jackhammer. So this is one worth going to in a little minute, because you've got to clear a road with a jackhammer. And the reason why BZH has suggested having the Platinum expansion pack, because you've got the jackhammer and breakable rocks in that. Here is your worksite 3, and the access to this cabin here, which is Got a storage area there, and then we've got our worksite 5. I don't know what that is. The Vash? Vash is cow, I think. Worksite 5. Constructible cabin site, so we've seen that already. Tree climbing start point. You can sit on the seat, that's the one we sat on before. Highest point of tree climbing. Zipline, hello. We're going to go and have a look at that in a minute. And then over here, we've got point de vent. Again, I don't know what some of these are. Underground career, don't forget the something. Over here, we've got the silo, fuel. We've got our shop here and our silo here. In fact, we'll visit this so you can have a quick look at this. So this is your tipping point, load point and unload point. So big silo here. Actually, over the other side here. You have got a bit of a quarry as well, with some dirt in it. There we go. So there's a pile of dirt in the corner that you can load up and tip into here, into this big silo. Now, over the other side as well, there's a load of custom fill types. So there we go, custom fill types. When I first came along, I thought they were just for decoration, but they are in fact fill types that you can load up. And let's have a look at the fill types actually. So as well as all the base game stuff, we have got boards, dry boards, dirt vegetal, sand, gravel, asphalt, concrete, cement, rock, concasse, which I think is concrete, pallet for buildable wooden huts. So lots of different things in there. It's going to be interesting to see what they are all needed for. And over here, remember I showed you the drain at the start? The drainage works. These are the pipes that you need to fill those up. Now, the challenge here is getting these from where they are now up to that location. So, that's where we are at the moment, just down there. Now, you can obviously get onto these roads and get around. Now, we want to be, I believe it is here. But to actually get there is quite a long route, and you've got to just take your time and make sure you get there in the safest possible manner. So, we'll maybe try and do that and see if we can get some of the pipes up there. I'm going to spawn some machinery up there just for speed. We'll try and get the pipes up there as well. Right, as well as all these points of interest in the middle of the map here, we've got a couple of additional places as well. We've got one in the top corner there and one down in this area down here. So we're going to jump down here and have a look at what we've got here. So we spawned down at the bottom here. As you can see, we have got a very large, expansive open place. Now, you could put some of your own productions in here. This is also the spawn point for new vehicles if you're buying directly from the shop and you haven't set store deliveries or anything like that up. So if I went in here now and just treated myself to, I think I need a forestry tractor, don't I? Let's get one of those. There we go, looking good. We'll have that. And there it goes, spawns it in the middle of this huge area. Now over behind us here, we have got, again, more beautiful decoration. But up here, we've got quite a large forestry operation going on. So here we go, we have got diesel station there, we've got tipping points for wood chips here, and then we can sell them on logs as well. I think we can tip logs there and sell them as well. Wood chips here, and then down at the far end there where those huge piles of logs are, you can see that we've got another area for selling logs if you want to sell them. Now, we do own this from the off when you begin the game, so you can start producing pallets for your buildable cabins. So we'll just jump in here. There we go, sawmill, pallet for buildable cabins. 3 trees makes 0.1 pallets, so you need to collect a lot of wood to make your pallets. And then after that, you need a lot of pallets to make your houses. Right, and there you go. Just so you've seen it, that is what one of the pallets for the buildable huts looks like. Now, just before we leave here, I wanted to show you quickly the machinery that you get available to you. So we've got the Volvo 470 here with a logging trailer on it. We have got the trailer there, the crampy trailer there. We've got the tractor with the, I can't even pronounce this name, so I'm not even going to try, with the grapple on it. We've got a mower, actually. So again, potentially when you've cleared your trees, you can start mowing. We've got the Valtra. We've got a forage box, and then we've got the logging trailer as well, the Kesler one. So, not much kit available to you from the off, but enough to, you know, start clearing some ground, if nothing else. Right, we're going to head up to the top corner here and show you the other sawmill. Right, there we go. If you've played on Hull Macra before, you will very much recognise this as the standard sawmill for Hull Macra. So, all your delivery points in here, as you would expect, and your unload points, again, as you would expect. Let's just run over. Press R to access this. Again, you own this from the start. So there's your sawmill with wooden boards, and round the corner you've got your drying station with planks and dry boards as well. So there's your drying station there, where you'd get those from. So pretty much as you were with Hull Macra on this one. Great, wonderful big shed here though, for either storage of equipment. There's a pressure washing bay there, but for equipment, this is a fantastic shed. If you want to use it that way. Look at that. Beautiful. Now right next to it is, again, something that isn't in the standard Hull Macra map, and that is another work area. Again, with diggable soil here, so you can dig up as much of this as you need. Either sell it or store it wherever you want. So, in fact, what I'll do now, just so you can see this, is I will purchase a vehicle here, and we'll have a little dig, just so you can see the action of this soil being dug up. So, here we are in the Volvo from the Platinum expansion pack. We have got FS Miner's Volvo bucket on the front actually here. But like I said, not Terrafarm. This is not a Terrafarm map or requirement for Terrafarm in this. This is purely built into the map and the game. So anything that you can see here that is diggable, you can do that without much hassle. Now my digging skills are a little bit out of practice. I haven't done this for a while, but as you can see, dig and tip, so you could drop that into a trailer if you wanted and go over and get it sold. Right, let's go and check out this public works stuff and see how it works. I have taken 4 concrete pipes from that and I've put them onto here. We're going to try and run these up to that area and see how easy it is to get to. So, see you shortly. Well, here we are. We made it. It is a little bit of a round trip, but you can get up here with these without too much difficulty. So, now we're here. We better start digging. So here we are. We're just going to get stuck in here and see what we can clear. This could take a while. There you go, a few moments later and we are looking like this. So what we're going to do now, we'll roll the truck up. We'll get some of these pipes in the ground. Now as it's a map tour and for the purposes of speed, I am going to just plonk these into the ground. I don't know actually how you would do this normally. I can't think of the sort of things that would allow us to do that. Looks like we need to be pretty accurate with them though. Right, first one in. Let's get another one down here. Said I'm not sure how accurate it needs to be. There we go. That's snapped in place. Now this is based on a mod that I have seen on BZH's site before, but he's obviously applied it to this map, and it works very, very well. Now obviously I didn't bring enough pieces of concrete pipe with me to finish this off because I don't want to spoil what potentially could happen once you've done this. But what's brilliant about this, let's move the truck out of the way and I'll show you, we'll fill this back in. Now again, just for ease, we've got one of the big wheel loaders out. I'm just going to try and tip this in a sensible place over here if we can. I want you to see how it covers the piping. There we go. We'll add a couple more in. There we go, a second load tipping in. And look how it fills around the pipes. If I scrape some up, we've got a pile here that we dug out before. We'll smooth that off. This pile here we've got that's gone up high. Smooth that off too. There we go. As you get further in, you could tip further forward. There we go, that's a nice... Look at that, how clever is that it covers the pipes? Very exciting. This is a clever mod. So like I said, I'm not going to finish this because this is just a map tour, but you get the idea of what you need to do here, and it goes all the way down here. You're going to clear all this dirt here, and I'm assuming that it connects up down here. Now then, there's one last thing I want to show you before we're done here. Like I said, there's so much to see here, I can't fit it all in this video. And I'll be honest, the majority of stuff I'm still discovering. So, let's go and have a look at how you build a house. Right, here is one of the house building areas. As you can see, dirt on the ground again. So the expectation is, I think, that you would clear this before you started. It is uneven ground. So... we'll get about clearing this, and then we can show you how this works, because it's very clever. Right, we've got some of our pallets here. What we're going to do, we're going to pick one up and just give you a quick demo of how this works. And like I said, I'm not going to do the whole thing. I don't want to spoil it for you, but I'll give you an idea of how you can get this started. So, what we want to do, we want to roll over here. Now, the key with this is, if this is on the floor, it won't pick it up. So you've got to actually hit the trigger where it is. There you go. Now you've got to move around again, because the trigger keeps moving. Let's get lined up again here. There you go. And then over to here. And even the collisions kick in once you've built on that piece, so you need to be careful where you put your pallets as well. There you go. There's another corner piece, and this goes on and on for a while. So, we'll do a few more just so you get a feel for it. But like I said, I'm not going to build the entire thing and spoil it for you. Right, that's all I'm going to do, but you get a feel for how big this is actually going to be, and I can tell you, it does have stairs in it as well, so it's not just one floor. But how clever is that, and how slick is that, how smooth does that work as well? Really nicely done. I think that was 3 pallets took us to get to this point. Got another 3 over there. It's a pretty big building when it's done, and there's 2 of these to build on the map as well, so exciting to see something like this. Well folks, I'm gonna leave it there for now. There is still so much to discover on this map. What BZH and TMP have done with this adaptation of Hulmacra is nothing short of spectacular. There is some, I can only use the word groundbreaking, new things in this map which I would love to see coming to other maps in the future, and you know, hopefully Giants pick up on what he's done here, because it's phenomenal, absolutely phenomenal. We talk about game changing, there's a couple of really big game changing things in here. Buildable houses, wow. Public works, excavation, digging, pipe laying, wow. On top of that, he has created a map with so much ambience and atmosphere. It is really, really feels a lived-in map. It feels alive. It does so much to it. This is phenomenal. I am kind of speechless. You know, we've got the little quirky details, the seats you can sit on, the fires. We've not even sat by a campfire yet. I'll do that before we leave. Just insane. And then the kind of treetop stuff, which I've barely touched, because again, I don't want to spoil this for you. Go and get this. Go and download this. The great news is, this isn't a preview. This is out. This came out last week, and nobody knows about it. So I am truly delighted to be able to bring this to you and share this with you today, because even if you're not into forestry, you have to go and check this map out, because it kind of changes the landscape for maps in FarmSim. I genuinely think it does. It's superb. Absolutely superb. So, from me, for now, thank you for watching. Go check this out. Go and say thank you to BZH. Just amazing. Absolutely amazing. Did you really think I was going to leave without having a go on this?